Hi, I'm Jennifer Coolidge.
Hi, I'm Naomi Watts.
Hello, I'm Noma Dumezweni, and I am chatting The Watcher with Cosmo UK.
Is that what we should be telling our kids? That if somebody terrorizes us, we just run?
No, just off the script. We stuck with the scripts once we had those. Yes, it was based on that true story. But, you know, I've played real-life characters before, and when they're known to the public, that's important to really get, you know, all those things right with behavior and, you know, the way they look and speak and all that. But no, this was not necessary in this story. I don't think it was really just the story at large. That was what we were tapping into, and then from there on, you know, creative license was taken, and we really wanted people to feel like they could relate to, you know, the characters Nora and her husband in the story, and you know, because it could really happen to anyone.
Do you know the history of the house? I've been put in charge of watching you.
I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up in Boston, and I knew that story. I lived in New York. I was, you know, studying acting in New York too, and so I knew the Watcher's story. That was a very famous story, and I remember it was very creepy at the time, and it didn't get any less creepier. You know, when I reread, you know, the story. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's probably why Ryan Murphy loves horror so much. Is that these are stories that you can never erase from your mind, and they play with your psyche.
Well, the true story, because the true story exists, because we all know it from the article that came out, it was at the Carters in New York Mag. But I got given a link to that article when this was a possibility of being part of this show, because the script hasn't come out yet. And then you go, whoa, that's intense. You found your forever home, and then you start getting these weird letters, and then what happens? Because it becomes this who and what and how do you survive, because you know somebody is observing your, in a creepy, territorial kind of way, your home is not safe. That must be terrifying, and that's the real story. But then what Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan, the lead writer, have created is these characters in this neighborhood to say, look, now out of that comes this story, because that's what life's like. Truth is stranger than fiction. Life is always stranger than stories, and that's where magic happens. But what I love about creatives, it was we create magic out of story, and that's what they've created in these. You see all these different extraordinary human beings in this town, and you go, would I want to live there? I'm not too sure.
Ryan Murphy can tell that story so well about creepy people, and that it could happen in your neighborhood, in your house. I mean, it's just nothing more disturbing. Like, where do you run? You know, I mean, it's that kind of thing where you don't know what it is. You know, you don't know who it is. It's I don't know. I think it's a lot of people's biggest fear. My biggest fear.
Who am I? It might not frighten you yet, but it will.
You read the scripts and go, what are they going to do with that? Because other people had different scenes, which may have been way scarier than anything I was involved in. So that would be really fascinating to find out.
Yeah, there was one scene that really creeps me out while we were filming, and I know there's a cameraman 10 feet away, but sometimes it doesn't matter. You're, I don't know, conjuring something up or whatever. I don't know. It can be really creepy when you're filming sometimes, and I can't really explain that. It's not, you know, it's not the actual house that you're in, but it's a recreation of it. And maybe it's just all just a little too close to reality to not feel something very dark.
Give the house what it wants. Young blood.
Can you keep us safe?
We had a laugh, actually, and I think when things are quite dark, it's easy to have a laugh with your fellow actors if they're good people around and you're kind of trying to figure out a story. So the person I worked with the most was Bobby Cannavale, who was an absolute dote and a sweetheart. So that was loads of fun, and I remember the first day that I had to meet him. You'll see him, it's in episode 2 when I first meet his character. Theodora meets his character. I loved him in saying, look, by the way, I'm one of those actors who likes to talk or don't talk. Up to you. I went, oh, thank you, I like to talk. Brrr. Okay, great, now we've done that. And some people like to be very still and very quiet, so I like the balance of that.
I don't think you're in danger. This is just a prank.
It's not a prank. You need to sell.
I mean, every day there was something interesting to enjoy. I love, you know, it's going to sound creepy, Jen, but my scenes with Jen were always super fun. I mean, she really brings something super special and major, and I just love watching her work. So it was a dream job.
We had to have lunch together many times, fake lunch together, you know, fake drinking. But it really did feel like we were getting loaded. And I did have the best friend. I have to say, my lunches with Naomi, and there was one other thing that I just felt like, you know, was just one of the most exciting days in my career was just, I walked to the edge of this stone wall, and Mia Farrow was in the yard staring up at the house. And it was just so scary and riveting. I will never forget that feeling. So, yeah, I mean, can you believe it? Mia Farrow is in this too, you know? Wow, she's gonna have this huge comeback.
Amazing. So Jennifer Coolidge, Mia Farrow, and Margot Martindale, because I never had scenes with them, I'm gonna say that now, but I met them at the makeup sessions. We're all having our makeup put on, breakfast times very early in the morning, hello, and I'm just sitting there going, oh my Lord, because they're just legends in their own lifetime, and I'm just witnessing their legendariness and being very happy to be part of that. But again, I say Bobby's the one I work with, and he's just a laugh, and he can be very serious, because what I love about Bobby as well, he's a big theatre actor as well, and that's where we bonded a lot in terms of theatre stories. But that Joyce thing, he's one of those who can keep it straight, is their focus, and as soon as it breaks, all right, that thing we were talking about just 5 minutes ago, we're straight back into that again. Love that, yeah.
Your house is my obsession. And now you are too.
In terms of creepiness, when you looked at the house or the setting or the stage, you go, wow, they made that. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I think Naomi. I mean, I that's a really good question. I think they had something very specific in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it just needed to be a big, powerful image of a house that, you know, could on one angle look really beautiful and like the perfect home for anyone, and then if you shoot it from another certain angle, it looks like the most obviously haunted house that is going to provide nothing but scares. So, yeah, it's both things.
So as an actor on the set, and it's a half set, you go into a studio and you go, right, we're going to go into this bedroom, and they've built this amazing room, or they've made an attic. I remember a lot of the stuff we were doing was in the attic. And you go, this is brilliant, because once you're in, it's real. And then you can hear somebody going, cut! From the other side of the, oh, you go, oh yeah, and then people start moving in, and you go, there's crew, and then it breaks up. So when you're working with somebody, it is real, and if we're holding on to the story, it's lovely. But in terms of the no mystery, and then I watch the first episode and I go, oh gosh, that's scary. And that's what I love, because I can't see it coming.
I'm still watching, and I would be very afraid if I were you.
I remember hearing of Ryan Murphy's name, and then the Glee world, and then Feud, and then, God, I'm trying to think, the Gianni Versace story I absolutely loved. You know it's good quality, you know it's great costume, you know it's great, it looks great. But also his thing about an ensemble of actors and bringing them back, and you go, oh my God. And then when this happened, and when I found out who was in this, Thank you, Mr. Ryan Murphy. It is all possible because of you. I will enjoy it.
Something's about to happen.
Like I said, I didn't buy a house in New Orleans for nothing. I really like this genre of, you know, I mean, New Orleans is always, people are always, you know, going down to New Orleans to film creepy stories. You know, I'm into all that.
Every time I go over it in my head, I land on somebody else.
We could have been friends.
I got my eye on you.
What I loved was the work with the costume designers and the way that Theodora looks and how you meet her. And that was also, there was an influence there that you will see from Ryan going, I want that all the way through, because it's all part of the thriller, suspense storytelling. That's when it works, when you feel that you are going, all right, this is what we understand, now where we're going, is it money, is it not money? Is it, oh, how about this one, how about that? Oh, I like that. Oh, can I try this? That's when I get so excited, because it's a real collaboration with other creatives who are doing the best that they can to make you do the best that you can.
Thanks for watching Catch the Watcher for Netflix.